Welcome everybody to the Daily High. Happy Monday with your hosts Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. Good morning, good afternoon, Tone. How are you, mate?
Morning. Nice morning out here in the woods of Pennsylvania here for the holiday weekend. Today is a bank holiday as well, also a trading holiday. But we're gonna take a look at the Bitcoin market. But tomorrow there's gonna be a lot of movement across all stocks. June is usually a pretty interesting month.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. There is a bit to talk about in Bitcoin, so I'm excited to get into it. So, you want to take it away, or do you want me to take it away?
Why don't you go first?
All right, mate. Let's crack on. There it is. All right, I'm going to start on the 4 hour time frame because it's a good read of the market. And then I'll go into a greater time frame. So let me try and think of where we were last week. Okay, yeah, we were right on the price. Right, no, we're right down here. Right, man, a bit scattered, but my entry price was 67,249, and the price I think was around my entry price at that point, give or take. Okay, that was on Friday when we did the show, and I gave a case for all the reasons that I wasn't bullish on the market, but then finally why I took the trade. And I was happy that I took the trade when it had a really good response off that. So actually, the trade I was in on Friday, to be honest, I stopped out at break even. And then about an hour, I re-entered the trade again. That's what happened. That's why the price is it's about $100 different, lower than it was when we did it yesterday. But it's essentially the same trade. Because I was fairly leveraged, I couldn't let the trade go underwater, and it did. Whether I don't remember which candle it was, but it did actually go underwater at one point, and then when it started to rise again, I just re-upped because it was the same conditions that made me enter the trade in the first place. And then we had a really good pop off it over the weekend, and I was talking in my group and in Discord group, I was posting about this trend line that we had come and touched exactly on this trend line once again. It was freakish how we collected it, and we had a bit of a dip off it. And I think it was around here I said to Ty, man, if we start to break through this, I want to be long on this trade. And we did. We did. We were able to get through it. We got up to 69,600, we'll call it. And then we had a bit of just a meandering weekend. But I was happy when we came back earlier. I'm going to say yesterday or this morning. I'm sorry, guys. I can't remember. When we came back and retested the break that descending line once again, I actually added about $80,000 to the position, so I can get rid of this line now. My average entry is now a pretty heavily leveraged at 69,839. I added to the position at 68,400 when we were about here on the once we'd come down. I missed it when we came all the way down. I wanted to get in there, but it started to rise and I jumped back in. We had a really good response off it. And then we've been down and below that price recently, and we've just had this pop just in the last hour. Well, when the 12-hour candle opened and the 4 hour candle opened, that it's just done it now. I really like it. I really like it. But now my position doesn't have much breathing room. It's about $1,000 gap now in the price from the mark price to my entry. So I've got to watch this trade. And considering how leveraged I am, I'll probably have to set a stop loss, sort of down here at 68. We'll call it 300. I'll give it some room because I don't want to exit and then have to enter back in. I'm happy with the position. I think this is a really good structure, a really good structure. I would really love us to clear that 69,600 area that we got before, but even back to 69,400, we'll call it. I'd be really satisfied in this position. But a lot has to depend on tomorrow how market open goes. I think that the Trump news is bullish for the market. I know that it might be a red herring, but I think that it's still bullish overall. That it's even getting spoken about in those circles. We'll see what the Ethereum ETF when that starts trading does. If I haven't looked at Ethereum, we'll look at it today. But if that's still pumping, unreasonably pumping, I would expect to see some sell-offs in the ETF when that starts trading tomorrow. Oh, does it start trading tomorrow, Tone? The ETF? I don't even know. Maybe it's months away. Is it?
No, the ETF trading is probably months and months away.
Didn't take Bitcoin very long. It was like two
No, but that
days.
was different.
All right. Well, that's how much attention I'm paying. Scrap that. Scrap that. Forget that. I like the MRI count. I like that we came down to a 7. Tone will talk about that. Let's go into, we'll work our way up, 12-hour time frame. This is the candle that just opened. We started to close here. I'm liking this a lot. Nothing much to talk about there. We'll go to the daily and see how the daily's sitting. Right on the 7 simple moving average, but the count is at the moment flipping an MRI count. I really like it. It could go either way in terms of my trade, but on the broader scheme, forgetting about my trade for a second, I'm really bullish. Really, really, really bullish. So if I have to get out of this trade, so be it. I would look to enter lower, but I'm hoping that this is a good kickoff trade. I'll just look at the weekly for a second because we have started a new week and there is a data error, but I don't really mind. This candle did do a bit better than it could have done. It could have closed really awfully, but it closed almost mid-range. It's a good candle. It's a good week last week, believe it or not. Even though we came up and came back down, it's a good week. And this week started very well as well. That's all I have to say. At the moment, Tone, I'm coming back to you. Before you go into it, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Please join the Discord group. We've now got the links. Oh, I should talk to the producer. If the links for the BitGet trading competition are in the description below, if not, just jump over to the Discord group and you can get the links to join the team. We're taking out first prize this year. I guarantee it. Mark my words. Copy and paste that. And one more thing before we go. We've got the Mike and Sammy show coming after this show in about an hour, 2 hours time. Sammy's traveling at the moment, so it'll be a Mike solo show, but please watch that. Mike's a bloody good analyst. Tone, what are you seeing, mate?
Shit, I was muted. All right, let's go to the charts. Yeah, it'll be good. I think last time, Sammy did the show by himself because Mike couldn't make it, so it's fitting that Sammy can't make it. Mike can do a show by himself. That'd be awesome. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the higher level time frames. It is a new week. The candle that closed, not the best structure to a candle, like you just said, Matt, but it is a green star candle. And as I've been saying, for the last year and a half now, every green star candle has led to significant upside. You have to go all the way back to 2022 to find a green candle that was misdirection and a head fake. So we've been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is now the 6th green candle, and all prior 5 candles had very, very good returns. Once the green star candle was created. All right, let's go to the allocation chart. Actually, no, hold on. Let me go back. I want to look at the oscillators since it's a new week. So
Can you
let's.
bring up, I forgot to mention it, Tone. Can you please bring up, I don't know if you've got it saved, the EXA, which is Socrates' indicator, because we've just
I
had a weekly.
don't.
You don't have it? Just it's there, just in it's a free indicator. If you search indicators, type in EXA in your search
Should be
bar.
in my favorites, no? Maybe
I'm
not.
sorry to stall the show, but just type in EXA and it'll come up.
EXA?
Yeah, that's right. Otherwise I'll bring it up in a minute. It's just had its week. There it is. I can see it there. I can see it there. Yeah, up, Socrates. Yep, that one right
Oh,
there.
there it is.
Yep. Because that's just had its weekly cross as well. I've paid really good attention to this. I loaded up massively on a Bitcoin trade when the monthly had its cross down right at the bottom over a year and a half ago. But that's
Yeah,
a
and you
I
were,
like
I remember us talking about this,
yeah.
how likely it would be to top the market, and now
Mm.
it's clearly crossed to the upside, so that's a very good sign.
Yeah, it's just the inverse of what we said there. And that was that same week that we had the weekly 9 as well. So yeah, it's been solid. Go ahead and add that to your list of favorites. It's a good,
Yeah,
really
I was
good one.
about to do that right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I we took a look at that one. This is the volume. The volume came in green. That's good. I really like the CMF. The CMF is like about to approach a brand new weekly high. Not something we've seen since, back in 2013. That's a very, very bullish sign for the weekly scale. This literally means there's so much buying under the hood. Bitcoin is about to break out. The CMF is now higher than at any point all of last year. So that's the highest CMA we have. We are rivaling, sorry, the CMF. We are rivaling the CMF of November of 2021. And that's great. So the CMF is significantly higher. This means that the price of Bitcoin is grossly underperforming the all-time high, though the all-time high wasn't that long ago. We are very close to it. The all-time high was 74. We're sitting at 69. I know it's close, but there's actually a big difference between 64 and 74 and 69. Now, the other oscillators, let me see here. We have the MACD and we have the RSI. The MACD is starting to level off here. This could be interesting if the MACD crosses to the upside here in the so far above the zero line. That would be very interesting to keep an eye on. And let's take a look at the RSI. And the RSI reversed a little bit earlier. It looks like the market really should have gone a little bit lower, but it did not. This to me is a very bullish development. The fact that so many oscillators never got a chance to bottom out. We never properly backtested the moving average. This means that the market is more resilient than I expected. I really thought we could reach a weekly MRI buy, but we did not, and we got a green star candle. This is pretty damn bullish. It just means there's not enough Bitcoin liquidity, and it's very, very likely Bitcoin can break out towards the next area of resistance, and we will see where that is. The allocation chart remains 100% bullish, and there's really not much needed to discuss that chart. The daily chart, it appears that the daily chart has completed its 1 to 4 candle correction. It was, let's say, 2 to 3 candle correction. I adjusted my range. I had this range set to something like this, where I would be super bullish above 69.5, and I would be very bearish below 64. But this consolidation near the top of the range now allows me to consolidate that range, where I now become a bear below 65.5. Sorry, 66.5. Not all the way down at 64, because I don't think we're going to crash today, especially on a holiday. We're probably not going to crash on Monday. And this allows the short-term moving average to really catch up. And at that point, if we start crossing below 66.5, let's say end of next week, breaking the lows of last week, breaking that 20-day moving average, approaching that 50-day moving average, I'm already going to start to be bearish and cautious. So this is good. I get to raise my lower level, and the same thing's going to happen on a 4-day chart. If once we fall below 66.5, if it happens, this candle is almost over. I doubt it would happen on the next candle, but maybe the candle after, we would now be breaking both moving averages and approaching the long term. So it really allows me to make decisions a lot earlier. So my no trade zone is now between 66.5 and 69.5. And above 69.5, I'm very bullish. I see your modified SAR is trending down very, very quickly now, which is good. In a couple of days, we'll likely be below the prior swing highs, which is good. It allows you to be very, very bullish and turn on black box and everything sooner, which is, again, a good sign. Short-term charts, don't really want to talk about short-term charts too much. I got way too much clutter here.
Yeah.
But I don't know what needs to be removed. I'm going to remove maybe this, and everything else kind of has to stay. We still have this longer term trend line. We may hit this area here on May 29th, where we hit the horizontal support and we hit the incline moving average, but I would hate this double bottom, so I don't want that to hit anymore. At this point, I would rather us break out above the current line of, well, above the current line of resistance, break out this way, make that new high, or make a double top with 74K, and then pull back into that crossover with the newly established support, which is currently resistance. That's about it. I'm gonna peek at other markets, but with stock markets closed, I'm just a little refresher on go getting ready for tomorrow. Ethereum looks like it's breaking its resistance line versus Bitcoin, but let's see how this week concludes. Right now, I have to assume, yes, it's a green star candle, but we've seen this before, like we did back in February. Let's see if this week is going to get smacked down once the stock market starts trading, and it's a sell the news event for the Ethereum ETF. So far, we are perfectly on pace with all the other cycles. And we're probably going to be looking at a rise in the price of Bitcoin. Hopefully by end of July, we're already going to see some up move, again, based on what prior cycles have done. And that's about it for me. I'm going to get off screen share unless Matt has questions for me to look at charts more.
Yeah, I do have a question. Because the US markets aren't open today, we might as well take a gander. Can you please go to the monthly time frame and give your thoughts on what you think of the MRI coming in on the monthly? I know that's
On the stocks or on Bitcoin?
on Bitcoin. I know that the month like I don't know if that's ever happened before, but and if it has, like in it's it might not be relevant. But what do you reckon?
I mean, we are looking at a beautiful MRI top within consolidation. To me, MRI tops in consolidation are actually more bullish than they are topping calls.
Mm,
So here's an MRI top that takes place pretty much in consolidation and massive consolidation. This is back in December of 2015. Started
yeah.
in December of 2015 and then it ended all the way in May of 2016. You see that the candle that made the MRI top was an up candle, but it consolidated for 5 months. And this is the kind of MRI top that I'm still bullish on. The MRI tops that give me lots of concern are like this, where you have
Mm,
a massive rally in the MRI candle itself or a rally leading up to the MRI candle. So the two MRI tops um, in February of 2013 and November of 2013, they gave me some pause, though I wasn't looking at it back then. I didn't start looking at this indicator until I think 2016 on Bitcoin. And also, you see the MRI tops back in the 2011 bull market. Same thing, they were blow off tops. We don't get these very often. I was definitely a bear at the November 2017 MRI tops. I remember that I called the top around here. I was only off by a couple of weeks. And this one, I'm not going to be all that bearish on. There's also a 2-month chart that was very interesting. We can pull that up as well. The 2-month chart is on an MRI top now, just like it was back in November of 21. That is something to think about, but I don't know how relevant the 2-month chart is. We haven't, I mean, 2 months doesn't have a lot of history. So I would just keep an eye on that, and I wouldn't put too much emphasis on a 2-month MRI top. Now, when it comes to the stock market, however, one of my favorite charts is actually a 6-month chart because the stock market has a lot of history. And I was very concerned with the MRI top that was coming in on the 6-month because the 6-month chart gave us beautiful MRI tops in the year 2000 crash, in the year 2008 crash, and then it consolidated us for a year and a half in 2014 going into 2015. And now we may be working on a fourth consecutive MRI top, which is what I've been saying, that we're going to replicate the run up into the year 2000 or the run up into the year 1929. There, into 1929, we hit the MRI warning candle when the 1929 crash came. That was right at the end. And we had four consecutive of these MRIs in the 2000 run up from 1980 all the way to 2000 for 20 years. And we're looking at another 20-year run right now. So we're working on a fourth consecutive MRI. So we're going to get a green star candle here coming up soon. I don't have green stars up on this chart, but next month, next 6 month period. So starting with July, after one more month, we get another candle. That could be a green star candle, making its way into a fourth consecutive MRI top on a 6 month, just like we had in 2000. I think that's pretty much what I'm looking for. This would be in line with my blow off top going into the year 2030.
Yeah, sure would. That man, there's a lot of money to be made between now and then, that's for
Oh yeah.
sure.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. And actually, someone was pointing to lower level time frames on Ethereum with the MRI. I think we're coming up. There it is. MRI top on Ethereum. Don't sleep on this one. The last time there was an MRI top on Ethereum versus Bitcoin, Ethereum fell 12%. Not a lot, but fell 12%. We're coming off an MRI buy on Ethereum and had this monster rally. So I wouldn't sleep on this MRI top today. So sometime in the next 24 hours, Ethereum could certainly be topping, and I think it's even happened on a short-term scale. On a short-term scale, 4-hour chart, there it is. The prior two MRI tops pulled Ethereum down. We just had an MRI top the last 4-hour candle. We have an extension C on this candle. I mean, if I made a bunch of money in Ethereum over the last 2 months, this is where I would consider taking some profit. You can always get back in later next week on green star candles. All right, I think that's enough. Matt, close us out.
Yeah, that's great, mate. Great show. Yeah, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Please use the affiliate links in the description below. Please join the Telegram group, the Discord group. It's a fantastic community. I've been posting a lot of trades in there, and there's been great banter in there as well. It's been terrific. Make sure you watch the Mike and Sammy show that'll be coming on in about an hour or so, and can't wait to see what happens in the market. What's the price right now? We still rallying a bit? We over 69 yet? Almost. No, we're dropping. Sell the trades. We'll get out. Nah, just kidding. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Tone.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. Wait,
We're
hey,
live.
Matt, are we still live?
Yeah, mate. I was just about to swear too.
Yeah, I got my Zoom ain't pulling up. Hold on.
This is a bonus round.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
vamp.
I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna like just shut down Zoom the all the way, and so yeah, so you want to jump off.